Three, two, one. Let's go. Okay, we're back with another condensed Go game, and today's is special because it's a double header. We have a rematch right after this one, so I'll make a part two, and we'll follow up to see what kind of lessons I learned against playing against someone for the first time. Because the first few moves, you don't really know how good these people are. You never played them before. You don't know what their style is, so you learn a lot in a game. So we'll see how that plays out in the second game, but we have to get through the first game first. So here we go. Black goes first. I'm playing as white, so I get the second move. I'm a 10k at the time up against a 14k, so I'm a little bit better on paper, but we'll see. You never know how that plays out. So we'll just try and fly through this one. This is a pretty quick game, this first one. Quickly ran through this once before, and the hope is, running through these and getting a little bit of commentary will help you learn the game, because that's how I learned strategy behind a few different games over my time, is watching other people play and see what decisions they make and how it works, and it's a good way to learn the rules. So hopefully this helps you. That's why I do it. It's kind of fun. So anyway, carrying on. Playing as white. Black's pushing into that corner up there. Oh, so we got some Ataris and some aggressive action going on here. So Black is attacking these four, right, by jumping in there. But we have him here, by playing there. So this is easily defended. He might, so he's kind of pushing forward. I take one guy, he's threatening my stone. I threaten his two now because he's an Atari. And he's got nowhere to go, right, because he can't go out here or here. I'll cut him off either way. Doesn't matter, so I've basically, so I've sealed up that top corner now. Maybe not quite the corner. I think Black will win some space there, but is what it is. It's okay. A little bit of a battle. I jump away at that point. He's put me into a double Atari. This one stone, those two stones, by playing there at B16. I know that I'm not going to salvage that. There's nothing to win there, so it's a better play to sort of leave that alone for now. Don't worry about it. Take a big move out here. There's still huge chunks of the board that are wide open, right? Like, I only have one stone down in that bottom right-hand corner. So sometimes the bigger moves. You got to play the bigger moves. And there we go. Within two moves, I've sealed up a nice big base for myself on the left-hand side. Black put some pressure on there. Fly ahead through these a bit more. Couple more big moves. Black's kind of outlined the space that he wants down there. I'm saying, hey, give me the bottom right-hand corner. Still got this side wide open. Black starts to extend off his upper right-hand corner. I get aggressive. That's a big play. There's a big space in between those, right? So wouldn't be surprised if he throws in there, but I try and squeeze in there up at the top now. And I think this is a pretty simple game. We had a bit of this battle up in the left corner to kind of start, but the way this one plays out, I don't think there's too much fighting after that. And it's a lot of these big groups. You're kind of defining your space and your territory. Like, look at we're just going tit for tat, right? He goes here, I go here. He goes here, I go here. And we're just kind of following each other around the board a little bit at this point. There's nothing crazy. I'm trying to cut in here. I'm threatening this one stone now. So no groundbreaking moves here at this game. This is a kind of a steady Eddie, right? We're just cruising along, nothing that you wouldn't expect. Just taking another pause for a second. Looks like I'm going for this. This is a nice big piece of territory there. Black is going for, well, actually looks like all of this. Black might just have one group, actually. That's all kind of Black's territory. I have another one up here and another one on the bottom left. So there's only like 4 groups in this whole game. Not a lot of technical infighting, anything like that. So that we're just, at this point, it's big moves and trying to capture your space. You're trying to instead of just steal 1 or 2 points, you're trying to play out here to steal 3 or 4 points, and that's kind of what it is. That was a nice play. So that was a conservative one. If we stop there for 1 second, here we go at 0-6. Because remember, when I first played up here, I said, hey, that's a big gap right between these two. You could definitely throw in there if you wanted. And you maybe still could, even after I have, after I've thrown in here. There might be enough room for Black to throw in there and live. I don't know. It's pretty tight. But the fact that I have this wall up here to the top, I got this wall down here at the bottom, and that huge space in the middle, I like that play. It's not getting overly aggressive. It's saying, hey, like, I want to keep this. I'm going to try and seal that up. But like I said, maybe there's still room there. That could use a little bit more of a safety net. It doesn't seem like black is playing super aggressive though, so it probably won't throw in there. And like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, this is you don't know how someone is playing the first few moves, right? You don't know if they're super aggressive and wild, they're very conservative. And now I sort of know, all right, this guy's probably more on the conservative side. He's not going to just throw in on a crazy tight little window and try and win me through some elaborate Joseki move. So it's good to know I can probably be a little more aggressive than actually, and push the boundaries a bit, knowing that he's not going to push back necessarily. So anyway, just something that you learn that might have an effect in the next video, which we'll do next, which I haven't run through that game, so it'll be a surprise to me too. So anyway, I digress. Where are we? 133 moves in, most of the way. Like I said, we're kind of just ironing out these groups now. A little bit of end game. There we go. So that was one. If I back up 2 moves, that was that last conservative move. That sealed it up. That's, if I was black and I was really aggressive, that's where I would throw in to try and capture some space, and then maybe you threaten this cutting point. Here, actually, I'll just redraw this. So you throw in there, pretend that's black, then maybe you threaten off this cutting point here, and then you maybe play here to threaten to slide underneath, and all of a sudden with like 3 moves, you maybe have a little bit of a base in there that you could live in. But again, it'd be tight, and I took that away by finally playing that move to kind of seal that up. Anyway, finish the kill up there. End game, game's over. Okay, so we both passed. Estimate the score. White by 31. That's a pretty solid win, but like I said, it gets a weaker opponent, so what you'd expect. Interesting though that it was only the 4 groups, right? If you look at mine first, 3 pretty good sized groups, and then black has the remainder as one massive group with that kind of interstitial space. But a simple game, a technically simple game. We sort of got the battling out of the way early, up in that upper left, sort of tested each other a little bit. It seemed like I kind of had the upper hand, so then maybe he sort of backed off in that respect, and kind of just rode it out to the end. So anyway, simple game, but big moves won that game. It wasn't a lot of the technical fighting, trying to win a couple stones here or there. It's, all right, how do I extend out 2 or 3 lines when my opponent only grows by 1 or 2, right? So you try and get those incremental wins, capture a little more space to win the game. So anyway, that'll wrap up this one, and then we'll jump to the rematch. I'm excited for that. I haven't done one of these yet. So I have a few rematches that I have written down here that I have to revisit and make videos of, but this is the first one. So see you in the next video. Let's go.